Hey guys, thanks for tuning in into RT-Imports, Royal Tiger Imports. I'm Uli, this is Sean. Today we have some really cool things for you guys. These are very rare, check brand new by the way, in box serial numbers with target, with manual, with booklet, everything. They are brand spanking new old stock. They are flare rifles, 26.5 millimeter. Czech flare rifles, and these are really interesting. Sean, tell us about the history about these guns and give us some more details.
Sure. Well, we've got in front of us one that's assembled out of the box and then one that's still unassembled with all the accessories in box. These are RV-85 Czechoslovakian flare launchers or flare rifles, depending on the nomenclature you want to go by. As Uli mentioned, they fire a 26.5 millimeter, pretty standard European flare. But interesting enough, they also had other projectiles at the time. They had what is described as rocket-assisted tear gas projectiles. So I'm sure that was some pretty serious stuff, especially coming out of a roughly 20-inch barrel on this, compared to many of the other 26.5 flare launchers that you see are generally pistols, including some of the other pistols that we've gotten out of this same shipment. But we've only got an extremely limited number of these RV-85s, and we'll show you some up-close stuff in a little bit, but the craftsmanship is beautiful. They're very well-built guns. They're nice and ergonomic, and they've got every single little accessories they came with. So, very special item.
They're actually built like a hunting gun, don't you think so? The quality is amazing.
No doubt.
And some interesting statistics. I think the total production was 2,500 units. And after the fall of the Iron Curtain, I think about 1,000 were imported, 30 years ago into the United States. And we had a chance to get a very small quantity in unissued condition, brand new, packed, imported recently. So this is not what you find every day. This is absolutely rare, production numbers and so on and so forth. And please do your homework and you will see these things are not out there. It's definitely a very good investment. Plus it's brand new.
No doubt about it.
So Shaw will go around, show you all the details. We appreciate you watching. God bless, and God bless America.
All right, folks, let's take a closer look at these Czech RV-85 flare launchers. So, as we're looking at this one that we already have assembled, you can see the craftsmanship is really incredible on these. It's a nice polished blued steel. Grip extremely close to the VZ58, funny enough. And again, just in excellent condition, at the really bottom of the condition, excellent condition, with the vast majority of these being, of course, new in the box. So let's go ahead and take a look at the new in box one here. You can see at the top left we've got our cleaning rods, and let's go ahead and pop this open. We'll take a quick look at least the front end here. It's a little hard to see in there, but you've got your cleaning rods and a brush poking out as well in that pouch. Right here we've got the lower end of the unit. Our pistol grip is hiding right there, and then you've got your stock. We've got our upper receiver and barrel. And again, in the original wrapper and everything, it's really incredible. Got a little divider poking out there, and then we've got a few other extra pieces, such as some spare springs, this card here with an additional part. Funny enough, they even numbers match that. And we've got some additional accessories in here as well. And that is still sealed up. That is not even torn apart or disassembled. So as you saw on that little card, and we've already gone ahead and taken apart this, it is serial number 0749 is what it ends with. So with that in mind, let's move on to our test target first here. We've actually got a photo of one of these unfolded on the listing, and it's a very sizable flare test target. And funny enough, it actually has a outline in red, very thin outline of a bird and a rabbit. So this being the matching numbers test target included with every single one, just a neat little accessory to have with the whole kit. We also have our smaller booklet here. Again, they also, numbers match in print every single booklet and larger manual. You can see a similar number. Let's take a look at the inside here. You can see, of course, they notate that it is a 26.5, and it's in pretty great condition. Made a little bit of fading just because of its age. This is going to be generally from the 1980s, but nonetheless, incredible that all this stuff is included. And moving on, we can also see the case, the soft canvas case that it comes with even a sling for the case. I'll take a look at the other side here again. Got small pouches on the front of it. And then also the slings. For what it's worth, it's, again, a pretty quality sling. It's kind of a thinner design, and funny enough, it even reminds me of some sporter slings that you see around. And let's get one final look at the gun while we're here. So starting at the front here, you can see it has a hooded front sight, extremely similar to a 98 Mauser, which makes sense because Czechoslovakia was producing Mausers. Of course, they made the 98 Mausers during occupation during World War II, but then also they made them post-war, including the Ethiopian contracts. So it would make sense that they, if they wanted a front sight hood such as this, that they would derive it from a Mauser 98. And while we're here, you can also see, again, the bore condition on these is immaculate. Moving on, you can see the front handguard here. If we take a quick look at this sling swivel, just a little bit frozen up, needs to be oiled. Again, it's brand new, effectively. It's like a sporter style sling mount. And again, this is a roughly 20-inch barrel. It's about 19 3/4, which is significantly longer than any of the flare pistols that you usually see that are about, say, 6-7 inches. They do vary from country to country, but much shorter than this one in particular. Moving on, we can also see the rear sight assembly. So it has range markings for 50, as well as larger, taller rear sights. I would assume that this could be either for 75 and 100 or 100 and 150. Not 100% sure, but that being said, I'm sure the data is available to be found. You can even see the proof marks on the top here. It's a little bit hard to get in focus, but you've got your Czech crossed swords proof mark, as well as a circle T mark. That is a proof associated with many of the post-World War II Czech firearms and other special ones, such as this flare launcher. Yeah, your serial number of, or actually this is the serial number up top of this one. This one's 0848. It's upside down currently, but we've also got our 26.5, the caliber marking, effectively speaking, or millimeter of the signal flare used. And then we've also got our break open mechanism. So this pivots to the side here, and you can see that it opens up this tab. Once this tab is all the way open, it pivots down. Of course, it is a single shot, and it pivots on the front pin here. And for what it's worth, it's extremely easy to just remove the front pin, and this condenses down to take down into two pieces. We have our safety in front of the trigger here. This is with this forward, it is on fire, and when it is all the way back, it is on safe, very similar to a Garand. And finally, moving towards the back, of course, we mentioned the grip is extremely similar to a VZ58, very fitting for a Czechoslovakian firearm. And we've even got a nice rubber butt pad at the back. And we can even get a look right here. A little hard to get in focus, but it even has a BRNO mark at the rear. Very interesting. And it's just, again, in immaculate condition. So again, we've only got a very small lot of these available, so if something like this interests you, make sure to check them out. Thank you very much for watching. God bless.